If someone commits a horrible crime, like murder, would you say it's because of their free will, or would you say it's because of factors beyond their control, like their biology? Now, what if I told you that a person who committed murder suffered a traumatic brain injury which made them lose all their ability to reason or control their impulses? Would you say that they had less free will in committing this crime? Would you say that they are less blameworthy? When psychologists have analyzed members of death row, they have found that most of them have had brain damage or traumatic brain injuries, and those who don't often have severe intellectual disabilities, mental illness, and childhood trauma. In other words, it seems like many people who have committed horrible crimes have some reason that might give them less free will to have committed those crimes. However, does it even make sense to talk about how much free will someone had when they committed a crime? Does it make sense to say that one person is less blameworthy than another because that one person has brain damage and the other doesn't? Even if someone doesn't have brain damage or insanity, they might not have free will. We are all biological creatures who do things for reasons relating to our brain, our hormones, our biology, our genetics, and their interactions with the environment. While we might praise someone for how intelligent and hardworking they are, things like our intelligence and how hard we work have been shown to be strongly influenced by genetics. And while our genetics and biology might interact with the environment in complex ways, we don't choose our environments. And while science hasn't come up with a conclusive answer about whether or not free will exists, there seems to at least be little room for free will in the picture when you look at all the complex environmental and biological factors that are shaping our behavior. But despite all this, people really want to believe in free will, partially because they want to say some people are blameworthy and some people are praiseworthy. In fact, one study found that the more people want to punish others, the more likely they are to believe in free will. But it might not be a bad thing to stop believing in free will. In fact, some argue that if we let go of this belief in free will, we can make a better criminal justice system. We could create a criminal justice system that is less focused on punishment and more focused on deterrence and keeping violent people away from those that they could harm. I personally stopped believing in free will after college, and I don't think it has hurt me in any way. In fact, I think it makes me more forgiving and makes me realize that most things people do are out of their control. I'm a psychology researcher. Follow for more about psychology.